Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noob. Today I have with me Eric.
Hey guys, I'm back.
And today we're going to be going over JLA the nail, one of the and I would say quintessential examples of an Elseworld, because it takes an old concept of basically of a what if, though, and the nail. And as the old saying goes, for the want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For the want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For the want of a horse, the knight was lost. For the want of a knight, the battle was lost. So it was, a kingdom was lost, or for the want of a nail. Just the whole idea of one change, one little thing can just domino effect into something even more catastrophic. I mean, that seems like, oh, who cares, becomes, oh my God!
It's like you think time travelers would learn that lesson, but they never do.
That's the butterfly effect.
Well, either way, they still change the one thing in history, and they don't realize the snowball it's going
Oh,
to
yeah,
turn.
especially the whole idea of, yes, you could stop something from happening. And maybe you might think you might have checked everything that this could have affected. But what you didn't realize is this event would have eventually led to someone meeting someone else and those two falling in love, leading to someone else who would have been just as important. That whole thing.
Right.
But yeah, in this case, though, well, it's what if and Pond and the Kents got a flat tire on the day that Kal-El would have landed. Like, it's a flat, honey, and I didn't replace the spare. This could take an hour to fix. Don't bother, Johnson. I'm in the mood to stay home. Martha Kent, you're shameless. So what say we journey into Smallville tomorrow? It wasn't as if we had anything important to do today.
Yes, you did.
But just
By the
look at
way,
that look. I love Alan Davis's artwork here.
by the way, you said tomorrow. What are you, Elmer Fudd?
Tomorrow, sorry.
Tomorrow.
Yes, and thus we jump 24 years later as Lex is now mayor. Now, what this whole story is going to show us is wherever Superman landed, where he was found, he never went public. He stayed wherever he stayed. We'll find out what that is later. But so this is a world that had no Superman. He's not dead. I'll make that clear. He's not dead, but he's
Right,
never done
right.
anything.
No, I know that. You
So
told
we've
me
had
that.
no example. Well, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell you. I told you that off screen. Didn't tell you about that here for the audience.
I know. Fair enough.
All right, but yeah. So basically, yeah, he's run for mayor and he's won. Also, in this case, they're going with the pre-crisis of WGBS as opposed to the Daily Planet. And we also find out that the Mayor Loser's aide is Jimmy Olsen, who did go through all of his wacky transformations and everything. Red Devil, Turtle Boy, Elastic Lad, all this stuff. Although he basically said, I grew up and I matured. I wanted to fight with the Justice League, but I soon discovered everyday heroes were much more better, were much better to look up to. Because a lot of those heroes didn't want Jimmy around. So yeah, we get descriptions then about the old days, the golden age of heroes back in the day, and how a lot of them would keep to the shadows until eventually they would start doing stuff more out in the public with the Justice League. You would have all the stuff, everything: Wonder Woman, the Atom, the Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Batman, who most people still fear. Also, we find out Green Arrow was among them, but after a fateful battle with dealing with Amazo, Hawkman got killed, although Perry doesn't bring that up, and Ollie got his arm busted.
Ouch.
Now, Alan Davis later states he did not do this as an intentional nod to Dark Knight Returns, because he said if he did, he would have chosen the actual arm that got taken out. But we also find out that we see that Ollie, his way of coping, has caused him to go nuts. He starts to claim stuff like they're a bunch of alien invaders or cohorts, all this stuff. And for Hal, of course, we think it feels like someone's making him do this, but everyone else seems to think it's his way of coping, although it's made him go insane. And of course, Hawk Girl or Hawk Woman, I forget which they go with, feels like they don't even mention Carter at all. They don't even mention him at all, and yet so he died for nothing. And yeah, they're just talking about how these people are bad mouthing them, but they still feel like we still need to do what we need to do regardless of what people say. But we also find out that Wonder Woman does what she can to be, to make peace with, politicians, to which Hawkgirl completely calls her out, saying, like, dressing up for politicians, this is a ceremonial Amazon garb. I wear it and wore it today at a reception. Yeah, surely makes you look photogenic. Again, you could definitely tell they're starting to butt heads a lot. And Batman's the one trying to keep it together. If Green Lantern's suspicions are correct, then, and this is exactly what the hate campaigners would want, divide and conquer. So we turned out Hal brought in Lois to try and help improve their image.
Ooh, nice Beatles haircut.
Yep. We also find out that we see some of the other heroes. Elemental Lad, Katana, Black Lightning, and Dinah make up the outsiders, most of them. And even they're talking about this. And it turned out Dinah formed the outsiders here after what happened to Ollie.
Wow.
And she basically feels like, yeah, he's just lashing out. That's all he's doing. And they're just going on their own. He said he felt like a mascot. And ever since, she hasn't seen him in months.
Yeah.
But we find out that she's basically like, I know you, all of you, by reputation. And I respect and admire what you do. I will represent you and any information you reveal to me fairly and honestly. But I'm not prepared to promote propaganda. I wouldn't be here if I thought you needed it. But that's all very well and very noble, Miss Lee. But I'm not interested in any journalist's opinion of my actions. Unlike you, Batman, the rest of us rely on a degree of public goodwill to operate. I'm far more concerned with capturing criminals than I am with bad press reviews. That's the problem. You immerse yourself in mystery and superstition. That's why you have the worst public image of all. You deliberately scare people. Criminals fear me, not the innocent people. The real scaremongers are journalists like Perry White, who cultivate fear to increase audience ratings. Thanks. I worked with Perry at the Daily Planet when I first became a journalist, and he'd never be involved in anything corrupt. So basically, they're all trying to make a point saying that they kind of need this and all that. But they're starting to argue a little bit. But of course, Adam is the first one to point out, saying someone has a lot to gain. But the question is, who? We then cut to Arkham Asylum with Catwoman being analyzed by psychiatrists and doing a whole lot of flirting. And you can definitely tell Alan Davis is great at drawing women.
I can tell. Oh, yes.
Especially look at that one.
Can we get him on a book, please?
He's been on books. He's been on many books. He's just not good at doing regulars. He's not good at doing ongoings anymore.
Crap.
Miniseries, yes.
We need a consistent, sexy woman artist back again in anything.
Oh, but it turns out here, Gordon had been murdered a while back, and yes. Bullock is the current commissioner. But all of a sudden, someone is attacking. It's Joker with these powered-up gauntlets, which, if you know your post-crisis stuff, those little designs on the gauntlets would tip off to what type of technology this is.
Apocalyptian?
No, Kryptonian.
Oh.
But what else would you expect from the new, improved Joker? Masterful eye survey and eager to prove it. I felt my former friend should celebrate my omnipotence, so we're going to have a wild party, and everyone is invited, indicating the bat signal.
You know, not everybody. You know, your Mark Hamill impression you always go for down here. You forget when he goes up here.
I know, dude, I'm doing more my own take with a hint of the Mark Hamill one.
Okay.
But yeah, again, they're all arguing still about what to do. And of course, Batman's saying like I joined the Justice League to become a more effective crime fighter, not to join a discussion group and waste time in idle speculation. There's no evidence to support the theory of an orchestrated hate campaign. Batman is right. It may be a fad, something to broadcast in a slow news week. The media originally attacked Mayor Lucer's message. Now they praise his success. He created a technologically advanced police state. Only because Metropolis never had a metahuman defender to combat super criminals. So we may disagree with the limitations to personal liberty caused by Lucer's policies. They have been effective, and the citizens of Metropolis enthusiastically support his regime. For the moment, history has shown such support is fickle. So again, I like this. And who says there's no politics in comics?
I want to technically call this.
I know, I'm joking.
This is dealing with the mayor, not the president.
I'm joking, dude. But of course, though, like, if you disagree, Miss Lane, why don't you use your talents to expose the architect of the hate
Will you
campaign?
please read?
Expose the architect of the hate campaign.
I'm sorry, I'm just ripping you, okay? But
I know.
please,
As a media
read
person,
carefully.
you're right. As a media person, you're best qualified for the task. You're your own worst enemy, Batman. You're so blinded by your crusade that you'll provide the cause for the media to portray all metahumans as monsters. And then, unfortunately, she knows that better than she thinks, as Batman's called away to Arkham. And we're seeing her talking with Green Lantern.
I like that shot with the streak where they're in the
Yep,
bubble.
I always love that. But eventually, Hal reveals about him not being a metahuman, to which he admits and say, "Oh, I always heard the rumor, but she didn't believe it. No one ever does. That's his only edge. No one thinks he's a normal human."
So, Hal?
Batman.
Oh, Batman.
Yeah. But then we're also seeing, of course, Diana and John talking about all this. Again, they both really want what's best as well, but things are just getting more and more cynical around them. Same with Hal and with Barry and the Atom. Yep, and we also see the Doom Patrol back when Changeling was with them.
Hey, Beast Boy.
Yep, but someone seems to be attacking them. But who it is, well, we don't know yet. It's some mysterious figures, and they take them all down. But yeah, we see Bullock is talking to Batgirl and Robin, who basically realize the only people that are allowed into this force field are any of the Bat family, which even Batman deduces requires an incredible amount of technology. Of course, Batgirl and Robin feel all too eager to go in, to which Batman realizes, yeah, that's not a good thing. So he tells them to stay behind.
But Batman.
We can actually see Batman's eyes on occasion.
I could just hang on. Oh, whoa! It's weird seeing a blue iris and just a little bit of the pupil there.
Yep. We see then also Hal gets a word that Sinestro's attacking someone, but when he heads out there, there's a force field surrounding the planet. No one can get out, not even Star Sapphire. Who's there to taunt and flirt with him?
Carol, no.
Don't worry, she's not going to kill him. But as he flies around to study it, he finds out Adam Strange is dead. Yeah, there's going to be some deaths of characters here. In this case, he teleported back to Earth from Ron, but when it happened, because of the force field, he just reappeared right within it.
Dead heroes, I was afraid of this.
Well, it's an Elseworld. What do you expect? So he tries to get word out to the guard.
A little bit, something a little less, like less of a body bag count.
Right. But then we see Joker just feels all powerful and everything while Catwoman's fighting off everyone. Yeah, this is back when Ivy was also not good buddies with Catwoman.
Wait, who?
Ivy, because you see she's beating her up too.
Oh.
But then Batman shows up. About time. You're late, Batman. Or should that be, you're about to become the late Batman. Jerome!
You always had a bad sense of humor, Joker.
But yeah, he then holds him, thanks to the technology, the gauntlet is able to hold him right in place. He's made some powerful friends, and they've made him powerful, and this is no fun. You were meant to bring Brat Girl and the boy Blunder. You need some new material. Joker. Is that him saying that? Yeah. You'll have plenty of time to work a new routine. Yeah, that's Robin saying that. When you're back in solitary confinement. No, Batgirl, Robin, get out of here now. Too late, Bats. I have them. Let them go, Joker. This is between us. This is our fight. The fight is over, old chum. And I won. I could easily crush you. But I want you to suffer. I want you to experience the pain and mental anguish.
That face right there in the top with the Grinch. With Joker, it looks like the Grinch to me.
It does.
I know. Wonderful. Awful idea.
Yep, you inflicted on me and my loyal followers in the past. Don't do this, Joker. It's insane. Insanity's just a state of mind, Bats. Do whatever you want to be, Joker, but please let them go. No, I want my pound of flesh. No! Whoop! That looks more like a pound and a half. Well, if you don't succeed. Batman, help. Joker, please stop. Please, try again. Stop, Joker, please. I beg you. Please. Oh, God. And we don't see what he's saying, but we don't see what's happening but those screams. And then now it turns out at the same time, Apocalypse tried to set up a weapon hidden on Earth, but then it caused the force field there caused a backlash, damaging Apocalypse, which this eventually causes Darkseid because Mr. Miracle and Big Barda were there. They thought they were spies, that this was all a conspiracy, which pushes Darkseid over the edge. Metron shows up. He blasts Metron and basically declares there shall be war. Yeah, Darkseid's just lost it by this point.
Oh boy.
But yeah, then, okay, so your psychics are dead, Bats, but look at the bright side. At least they stopped that awful screaming. And look at the blood. But Catwoman, you sick maniac, they were children. That hurt, kitty. And you broke my concentration. And I released Batman. No, look at how pissed he is.
Just kill him. Get him.
Yep. You broke my power sleeve, you pointy-eared spoil sport. What? You did it again. What a party pooper. But then you never did have a sense of humor. Oof. You ought to light it up. It's easy with an anti-grab waistcoat. Arrgh! Oh, geez, look at that.
Whoa.
And then he does it. You're your own worst enemy, Batman. You're so blinded by your crusade that you'll provide just cause for the media to portray all metahumans as monsters. Lois was right more than she thought.
Yeah. Oh, this is off to a cheerful start. Who wants Chinese instead?
I know. Who was Chinese? But we then see Lois. Turns out she's driving back to Metropolis and hears about Gotham. She even says, I've been driving all night and this car's radio doesn't work. It's a rental. You must be the only person in the world who doesn't know. It's been on every network all morning. Yep, it was murder, definitely. And now again, given everything, Lois was really right. Everything is now starting to turn on the Justice League now. Everyone. And of course, Harvey is like, you bleep, you bleep vultures. I'm only interested in bleep facts. Now, of course, they think Batman's dead, but he's not. And good God. And please, Lord, it cannot end like this. Alfred. Sir, you're alive, but where are Robin and Batgirl? Dead.
Yeah, that is a man who's broken. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, basically now they feel like Batman's criminal actions have discredited us all. I don't believe it. They can say anything, and now he's dead, not able to defend himself. We've got to go to Gotham. That would only inflame the situation. We're all public enemies now. It was a mistake not to have taken the hate campaign more seriously, but our most immediate concern is the force field around Earth. So again, they have multiple faction fronts going on at the moment. But yeah, this isn't helping at all.
Is there any good to this story?
Oh, no, it will eventually. But we find out, meanwhile, in Oa, the Guardians have brought all the Green Lanterns there. Why? They've kept out of the eternal war between Apocalypse and New Genesis. But thanks to Darkseid's moves, it's going to escalate beyond the two planets. It's been a stalemate, so they kept out. But now they feel we must go and attack. And unfortunately, this is more important than Earth.
Oh, boy.
But again, this is just meant to show us how things could just evolve without Superman there to be the big figure about what can be good about everyone.
So what are you saying? Nobody else can bring hope?
Oh, no, but they've tried. They've tried. But it's just showing that Superman was the big brighter light. And with him always helping everyone in the world. When you think about it, Superman's been the one hero that would go about the whole world.
Like Flash and Wonder Woman, and I'm sure John killed the entire world.
John, to a degree. Flash, he does on occasion, but not as frequently.
What about Lantern? He can fly.
Lantern does, but he also has enough stuff off the planet to worry about.
Okay.
And Wonder Woman has more or less, she's been more of a figure, yes, but she has not always done as much as Superman at making a statement. That's part of the reason why she was the more trusted one among the group here.
Aquaman rules the seas. That's 3/4 of the earth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they make it to Ra's al Ghul's den, and it's being devastated by Amazo.
He's back.
Yep. But with Flash, he's able to get in close and phase out his cybernetic brain.
Oh, he's a robot.
Yep. But yeah, so we see they talking. Raz decides to step away. He basically, but he gives them a warning, saying someone is behind all of this,
Gee, I wonder
and
who.
whoever it is ready to pit them against each other. But yeah, poor Selena, she is devastated by what, and she just got up and saw the aftermath, but it devastates her. But look at
Jeez.
Batman. Look at him.
Bruce, no, stop looking at me with those big blue eyes. Speak to me. You look like a broken up Frank Sinatra with those blue eyes.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, Bruce, speak to me. Hello.
He hasn't spoken a word since he returned. But again, but look how so upset Selena is. She was in this for the fun.
Gee, and that's.
Yeah, the fun, the thrill. But yeah, we see Adam is trying to help figure out a bit more about the force field. But something is there ready to stop him. Some artificial amoebas, amoebic. He calls it amoebic watchdogs.
Great.
Yep, attacks him, and it turns.
Great, my old mortal enemy, bacteria.
They find someone was working on this, but they're dead as well. Someone is taking them out. We see Metamorpho came in and was coming in to attack Luthor. But he didn't kill Luthor, but he did kill Perry. Ooh. Now, Metamorpho is not acting himself. He's been manipulated. But yeah, we see Jimmy Jimmy is trying to take more charge because Luthor, something's not right with him either. But he does point Lois in the direction of some place called Smallville.
Here we go.
Yep. See stuff with Mara, not done by Amber Heard.
Very funny.
Sorry, couldn't resist. They're being attacked by Ocean Master.
I'm tempted not to sing Ocean Man right now.
Again, isn't this artwork amazing?
This artwork is very good. I think this is eye candy to look at.
It is. This is the same guy who wrote and drew Fantastic Four at the end. Oh, but then we have this moment. They talk about it. Yeah, what's been going on, but we see someone talking. I never thought you'd give up, Batman. You swore to your parents' grave to fight for justice. What about justice for your partners? Robin. No! Bruce, stop! It's me, Selena! Sir, please!
What?
Forgive the deception, sir. Nothing else had worked. They were trying to snap him out of it. Jeez. Notice how she stayed in the shadows.
Right.
Like, no, please, leave me alone. Bruce, Robin and Batgirl, they're dead. Both dead. I know. The Joker held my eyes open, made me watch. I saw them. I could still see them now. This is almost as bad he wasn't at the end of Emperor Joker.
Yeah.
Except in that case, that was a death done to him.
Sheesh.
But yeah, Hal's still trying to find out where this force field is coming from. And it takes him down towards Europe. But once he's down there, he sees some people. Major Disaster and Count Vertigo are there. They're trying to figure things out as well. But it ends up leading to a fight. Obviously, the bad guy. Yep. But yeah, they both, him and Green Arrow both used the punching glove or boxing glove. But unfortunately, though, all this stuff is making their reputation get worse because of the attacks.
Great.
We see more stuff. Meanwhile, at the North and the Arctic, we see what appears to be the Fortress of Solitude. Of course, you're wondering, wait, how can this be here?
Yeah.
Turns out it's not so much a Fortress of Solitude, so much as just it's a solid place of solitude, all right, but it's where someone else has been working on a way to stop the metahumans.
Uh-oh.
Lois is in this alien research facility led by Professor Hamilton, showing off all these different metahumans. Firestorm, Silver Banshee, Black Orchid, Eclipso, Creeper, all they're being studied. But then Lana Lang meets up with her, gives her a note to say, go to the Kent farm. Meanwhile, we're then seeing this in the LexCorp tower. Again, they're being attacked by Metamorpho. Again. But this time, turns out the girl was Martian Manhunter in disguise.
That's how you like that. I was dating an alien.
Yep. But he tries to calm down Metamorpho. But once it happens, he disintegrates.
Yeah. Good heavens, he disintegrated.
Yep. and now he's left open to be arrested. He doesn't want that, but of course, everything is manipulating the heroes to be looked at as worse.
All right, who's in charge here?
Wait until you find out. Meanwhile, we see that Lois has met up with the Kents. Now, it seems even though they didn't raise Clark in this world, they still eventually led to something, in this case, helping out some of the other heroes. The
Beast Boy stuff in his face.
Yep, Beast Boy, Elongated Man, Ralph, and a few others are there. And basically saying there's a mystery in the LexCorp building. We see Martian Manhunter is showing up there, and he gets attacked by someone. We think for a moment it's Starro. It's not. Yep, well, let's get into the final issue.
Oh, this is quick. Nice.
Yep. Well, once I'm not going over all the dialogue and everything, it's easy to sum things up. We then see the magical user.
Well, that's fine. I'll look at it myself, maybe.
Yep. We see the magical users are all meeting up, and then the Spectres tell them they are to not interfere.
Rats.
For something, a great change is going to occur. We see Wonder Woman is meeting up with Dr. Alec Holland. That's the guy who would have been Swamp Thing among some of the others. They represent part of the President's Council. They meet up trying to talk, and they're basically making clear that unfortunately people are now not trusting her either. Because I captured the Conclave agents who stole the classified reports from the Pentagon. So what are you researching, Doctor, and how can I help? Simply supply a small DNA sample to ascertain if I'm an alien. Please, Wonder Woman, we don't mean to offend you. We know what the country owes you. How can I be owed anything? My mission was to promote justice and freedom for all. I have failed. But as soon as she leaves, boom!
Holy.
And unfortunately, they think that she attacked as the Metal Men attacker.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, they think she was responsible. Wow.
Whoa, kick right in the face.
But then she's knocked out by a group known as the Liberators, who they look a bit OMAC-like. They're not.
Oh,
but it turns out they're some of Luthor's new robots, created in part with Dr. Magnus, the creator of the Metal Men. And basically, the Liberators are going to find and bring all of them and the heroes to justice. We see then Hawkwoman, or Hawk, or whichever. I think it's Hawkwoman. She's ready to leave because she feels there's no point in being on the planet anymore. But as she flies off, some attack is happening. And she feels like, not my concern. Don't look back until she hears two children crying. She flies in, gets them out of there, and brings them down. Everyone's happy. The police show up and like, come on, she saved my kid. She's an alien. Now back away. We're taking her in. You have to go through me and me. Everyone's standing up for her. Even pointing out saying, someone's turning us against each other. Bunch of fascist and fascist propaganda. This finally, and someone even says, we never believed what the TV said, Hawkwoman. Oh, it is Hawkwoman. Even before tonight, we know what the city owes you and your man. He was a hero. So now she actually feels invigorated, but then knocked out by the Liberator.
Don't.
Batman is finally snapped out of it. That did actually help, as they're now trying to research the technology that the Joker was using. Realizes it is Kryptonian, and yeah, he's finally starting to believe this was a hate campaign. But of course, like, you can't blame yourself for what happened to Robin and Batgirl. I failed them. They would have died years ago if you hadn't taken them under your wing, and it wasn't enough. No, you couldn't stop them. They were every bit as determined as you. Bruce, please. No, Selena. I don't know if we can win this time, but I have to try. I know, and I'd rather die with you than live without you. Aww. Yep, Hal tries to deal with them, but they're powerful and turn out they're Bizarros.
What the heck?
Yeah, they're Bizarro clones. So, in other words, they had not only access to Kryptonian tech, but Kryptonian DNA as well.
Something screwy here.
Lois then meets up, and as piece things together, meets up saying, take me to Luthor, but turns out Luthor is in some sort of trance. She's ready to be attacked by some mutated crypto.
Yeah.
She shoots it, and it turns out Jimmy is the big villain.
What?
I am in control here.
All right, who possessed the boy?
No one possessed him. We'll get to what. There is an explanation to why. We see Hal trying to help him out, and then Batman and Batwoman, Selena is Batwoman now, shows up. I gotta say, this actually had a good natural transition. This does not feel forced, does it?
I guess.
I mean, it makes sense after what happened.
No, I get that. It's just you're going by so fast. I almost felt it was rushed.
Well, true, especially since but Batman's helping out. It turns out Lex had found the alien craft. No child in it, but there were traces of DNA in there. That's how they were able to duplicate the technology and make the Bizarros. Also, Crypto is failing. Turns out they've been trying to graft the DNA to others. They even did it to Jimmy. Lucifer did it to Jimmy, and they all believed that his past experience with other superpowers actually made it as him the one and only success. It ended up driving him mad.
Oh.
So he's now the Krypton man, and basically none of the heroes ever wanted him. In fact, Batman told him off. So he felt like if no one was willing to accept me,
this smells
of syndrome.
Of the Incredibles. Yeah,
it does. But this is before the Incredibles, of course.
Funny enough.
But it turns out, long story short, the being grafted Kryptonian DNA has driven him insane.
Ooh.
But he feels like, don't laugh at me, Lois. Please don't laugh. Perry did, and Luther. But they're not laughing now, and you never used to. Even when I was a lowly cub reporter at the Daily Planet, and you were the star reporter. So they fly out to show the biggest exclusive, the deaths of the JLA. Everyone is just fighting up in the Smallville complex, trying to release all the other heroes. They seem to actually gaining the upper hand until Jimmy shows up, and it's taking them all out. And it's like, is that why you sold us out to the enemy? To punish us for rejecting you? No, that's just a perk of dominating the earth. Hal's trying to help out. But again, basically, it is your league that's finished, discredited, publicly humiliated, and soon to be extinct. And the best you could do is try to trap me? Batman's ready to stop him. And he's the one who gave the Joker the tech. Yep. And of course, Batman just starts wailing on him like, maybe you didn't notice. I'm invulnerable. Your feeble human fists can't hurt me. Yes, they can, with a little ring assistance. Unfortunately, he doesn't have much energy left. He's projecting every bit iota of energy into it until they land on an Amish farm.
Uh-oh.
One of them then tries to stop him. Even though the others are don't interfere, he gets heat vision and it's Kal.
I knew it. I had a feeling that would be Clark.
Yep. And turns out that's where he landed, why he never left. He was raised by the Amish people with the whole don't never interfere belief.
Oh.
That's why he was there, but he as much as he wanted to, and he's been wanting to for a long time. Of course, Jimmy's trying to tell him, you're the other Kryptonian. You should be, we should be working together. Batman's trying to say, if you have the power to stop Olsen, do it. He then tried to tell his parents that raised him, please, I have to. I know I've been different. They're trying to tell him, no, it is our way. Jimmy kills them!
Oh.
And basically saying, this is tedious. This leads to them fighting. But it's still a stalemate. But look at this. They fight. Each blow is like a bomb blast.
I can see that.
But eventually, Jimmy starts to break down. Turns out it wasn't perfect. It was better than others, but this is why he rushed it. He was trying to impress Lois and humiliate the Justice League because he knew he was going to fall apart. And he even said, please don't. The Justice League may... What?
Failed on both fronts.
Yep. No, they hate me. They always have. Everyone betrays me. Even you. We should have been friends. We should have been friends.
Damn.
The League and the Green Lantern finally show up. The force field is down thanks to with Jimmy gone. And turns out we find out that it was a big war. It ended spectacularly. We find out in the next book what happened. But except it's time to mourn the dead. Poor, poor Kal-El. And then the Kents meet up with him to help him.
Oh.
Whatever else happened to Olsen, he was already bitter, angry, easily corrupted by power. Kal-El never wanted power. He would give it all up to bring his parents back for a single minute. That's why he'll be the greatest champion of all. I didn't know then how right Batman was. This wasn't an ending. This was a new beginning. Jimmy had promised me an exclusive, the best ever, and it was. But some stories are better left untold. Batman surrendered himself to the Gotham City police and was tried for killing the Joker. The courts ruled the death was an act of war. Batman never forgave himself. He resigned from the JLA, and though he continues to fight crime, his crusade has become a self-imposed penance. Still with Catwoman at his side, perhaps his life is a little less dark now. The Kents, with their big hearts and easy acceptance of the bizarre, made an immediate connection with Kal-El. They helped him come to terms with what happened, what he was, and what he could become. They insisted on maintaining their anonymity so the world would never discover what it owes the Kents. Though dozens of metahumans continue to secretly honor them and Lana Lang as their saviors, Jimmy had been the JLA's most powerful opponent, and they had been changed by the encounter. But there was a greater battle still, to win back the public's trust. New villains, new crisis gave the League ample opportunity to prove themselves. And in time, they resumed their position of trust and respect, thanks in part to their newest member. They call him Superman. And we see a nail. So, how was that?
I liked it. I did. I mean, it's once again, it starts off dark, but it turns around in the end. It gets exciting.
Yeah, but what a twist!
And the artwork is great to look at.
But what a twist with Jimmy, though, right?
Damn.
But yeah, but you see, though, this makes sense for a world without Superman to be the light and showing the more hopeful, optimistic side. Things will get more cynical.
No, but isn't that what? Never mind. I'm not.
It's not a guarantee it would get this way, but it's a possibility, is what I'm saying.
No, it is. Well, that's just it. I mean, in the Silver Age, everybody was happy. That's why Marvel being a bit more cynical, New York made all the difference.
True, but here also without having Jimmy having a pal and all that, Superman's and everything that glomp onto. Yeah, and to be honest, I don't think any of the other League would have accepted him. See, I know Batman would probably have told him off.
I don't know. I feel like if every hero was secluded back in their own corner, the corner of the universe,
right?
If they were the only hero of their world,
right. But right. But again, I mean, I'm not saying this is like a guarantee, but for the story it told, it was a good one. And of course, Superman landed with the Amish. Where else would he have landed? Where he would have been told, "Don't interfere," right?
He literally lived most of his life living in the Amish paradise.
Exactly, but it makes sense though, right? If you want to still keep him alive and not kill him off, really, that's the only place. Even a monk monastery would have let him go.
I suppose so. Wait, a monastery?
A monk monastery, because even
I was about to ask monks.
Monks, I said monks. Yeah, even there, if they had some reviews, they would make exceptions. The Amish are the ones who are like, eh. That's the reason why there's truth in what the jokes people make about them.
Yeah, I suppose.
At least some of them. Not all Amish are alike, but there are many who are this degree of don't go and interfere.
Got it.
But yeah, so that was the nail. We'll be doing another nail, which deals with the selfless dark side and gives some resolution to the selfless Green Arrow, because I felt bad for Ollie.
So did I. Jeez. He looked like a wounded war veteran, for God's sake.
And poor Hawkwoman, right? Having to deal with a world where her man, had been just forgotten. And then, the people more remember what happened to Ollie than what happened to Carter. Yeah. And poor Perry. Right? And the fact that Lex wasn't the big villain for once. In fact, it looks like Jimmy was manipulating Lex.
That's a twist.
But yeah, so we'll be diving into another nail on the next one. We'll see you guys then.
See you guys.